When women hear the phrase men's fantasies, it often gets reduced to something physical, something visual, primal, even shallow. But if that's all you think it is, you're missing something huge. Because while it's true that men are wired to respond to beauty and touch, that's not the full picture. The real fantasies, the ones that linger in his mind when he's lying in bed late at night or staring at his phone hoping you'll text, those fantasies are deeper, more emotional, more intimate. They're what men secretly fantasize about is you, but not just your body. It's the experience of you. It's the way you make him feel in a moment no one else gets to witness. Realize that it's not the lingerie. It's the way you looked at him in it. It's not the kiss. It's how you paused after forehead to forehead, like you wanted to remember him. Men aren't fantasizing about clitches. They're dreaming of being seen, being chosen, being felt in a way the world never lets them be. Because out there, he has to be strong, confident, controlled. But what if, just for a moment with you, he could let that all fall away? That's the fantasy. A woman who makes him feel both safe and excited, wanted and respected, realized that they're desired and deeply understood. So if you're ready to become the fantasy he never saw coming, not by pretending to be someone else there, but by unleashing parts of yourselves never experienced before, then listen closely. Because these 6 things I'm about to share, they aren't tips or tricks. They're truths there. And if you can give him even one of them, he'll think about you long after he's forgotten the rest. A woman who desires him. Not just his attention. Most men go through life being wanted for what they can give. Their time, their effort, their money, their validation. And for many women, attraction can slowly become a form of chasing. Realize that I want him to want me. I want is to feel chosen. But here's the twist most women miss. Men crave to be desired too, not for what they offer. They're not for what they achieve, but for their energy, their presence, for their essence as a man. When a woman truly desires a man, not in a needy, performative way, but in a soft, grounded, feminine way, he feels it instantly. He doesn't just feel attractive. He feels seen. He doesn't feel like a trophy you're trying to win. Realize that he feels like a man you're drawn to because of the way he makes you feel. And this kind of desire a bit's rare because it means dropping the agenda. Realize that means not using flirting as a tool to get. It means being present in your own pleasure and letting him feel that you genuinely enjoy him, his scent, his voice, his jokes, his strength, his stillness, his awkward moments. Even when a man sees that twinkle in your eye that says, you're turning me on just by being you, he melts. Not because you're being sexual, but because you're being receptive. This doesn't mean throwing yourself at him or showering him with compliments. It's much more subtle. It's the way you lean in when he speaks. Realize that they're the soft hum in your throat when he brushes your arm, the way your eyes wander to his lips when you think he's not noticing. These little moments, unguarded, unrehearsed, are what create the feeling of real desire. And here's the powerful part: when a man feels truly desired by a woman, not pursued, not used for attention, but genuinely desired, he starts to open, he starts to put his walls down. Because deep down, men don't just want to feel wanted. They want to feel like your desire for them is real, alive, there, and not dependent on what they give you in return. That's when you stop being the woman who's interested, and become the woman who's magnetic. So next time you're with him, stop trying to pull him in. Let him feel you wanting him. Let him see that little flicker of, God, you're turning me on right now, without saying a word. Because when he feels that there, he's not just excited, he's hooked there. And he'll keep coming back, not for your validation, but because you were the first woman who made him feel wanted in the way he always secretly hoped someone would. In the emotionally intelligent, deeply connected Matthew Hussey style too. Being emotionally safe in your presence. He may not say it, he may not even consciously know it, but one of the deepest fantasies men carry is the hope that one day they'll meet a woman who feels like emotional home. Because the truth is the world doesn't let men be soft for long. From the time they're boys, they're taught to armor up. Don't cry. Don't show weakness. Don't talk about what's really going on. So most of them learn to silence huge parts of themselves just to survive. They become performers, fixers, protectors, and yet behind all of that, they carry this secret aching, will anyone ever love the parts of me I don't show? That's where you come in. When a woman can hold space, not just with her ears, but with her presence, something powerful happens there. A man stops performing, his shoulders drop, his voice slows, his truth starts to emerge piece by piece, and he doesn't even realize it. He just knows he feels different around you, more calm, more clear, more himself, and they realize that's emotional safety. And it's not something you say, it's something you are. It's in the way you don't interrupt. It's in the way you don't judge what he shares. Realize that there. It's in how you don't rush to fill the silence when he struggles to find words. It's in your eyes that say, there. You don't need to impress me to keep me. Most men have never had that, not even in past relationships. And when he finally feels it, it disarms him in the most beautiful way. He's to reveal pieces of himself that no one's ever seen. His fears, his hopes, the little boy underneath the armor who never got to speak. And you, just by holding that space, realize that there, become unforgettable. This is not about being his therapist. It's not about fixing him. It's not about letting him dump on you emotionally there. It's about presence, being someone he can take the mask off around. No pressure, no performance, just presence. When you become emotionally safe, there you unlock parts of his desire that are deeper than lust. You tap into the kind of craving that goes beyond physical touch, because now his soul feels drawn to you. And that connection, that's the foundation of real intimacy. So if you want to be the woman he fantasizes about, not just for a night, realize that there, but in the quiet moments he doesn't share with anyone. Don't underestimate the power of being still, warm and receptive when he opens up, because in a world that demands stay hard, you become the one place where he can soften. And that softness, that's where real love begins. Playful, unprompted affection. Realize there's something powerful, almost spellbinding, about a woman who knows how to be playful in love. Not the kind of playfulness that's performative or scripted there, but the effortless kind that catches a man off guard in the most delicious way. And this is a fantasy men carry far more often than you think. The idea of a woman who, there, in the middle of the ordinary, makes him feel extraordinary. It's not the grand romantic gestures he's craving. It's the unexpected intimacy. It's the way you walk past him while he's sitting at the counter and gently drag your fingers across his shoulders. The way you slip your hand into his back pocket when you're waiting in line. Realize that there. The way you whisper something cheeky and low in his ear while folding laundry just to see him smirk. These aren't acts of seduction. They're reminders. Reminders that he's still being chosen, desired, wanted even now. Because here's the truth: most men live in a constant state of emotional defense. They're watching, calculating, measuring whether it's safe to open up, safe to lead, safe to love. But playful affection, that disarms him. It lets him feel again. It brings him back to a boyish place of joy, curiosity, there, connection. It breaks through the seriousness of adult life and invites him into your world, not with words, but with touch, tone, and spontaneity. And that spontaneity there, that's the part that gets seared into his memory. Men fantasize about being surprised, not just physically, but emotionally. The light in your eyes when you look at him like he's yours, the mischief in your voice when you say something bold, the way you flirt with him, not just before the relationship, but inside it. That's what keeps him chasing. That's what keeps him captivated, because most men are used to affection being earned. They're used to touch being conditional. But when a woman offers affection freely from a place of joy, not to manipulate or get something in return, he feels it. And it's that lack of pressure that makes it feel pure. It's not about being physical all the time. It's about making the ordinary feel like a private dance between the two of you. A little nudge, a wink, a kiss on the shoulder while he's cooking. They realize that these are the things he'll think about when he's away from you. These are the moments that make him smile without knowing why. There. So if you want to tap into one of his most quietly powerful fantasies, don't wait for special occasions. Don't wait for him to make the first move. Be the woman who reaches first, who plays, who teases, who reminds him you're still mine and I still want you. Because affection isn't just a love language. It's a silent promising there, I see you and I'm still loving you, being admired for who he is, not what he does. It might surprise you, but one of the deepest, their most emotionally charged fantasies men carry has nothing to do with sex and everything to do with significance. Men want to be admired, but not just for their accomplishments. They're not just for how hard they work or what they provide. Deep down, they crave to be admired for who they are when they're not performing, for their character, for their way of thinking. Realize that they're, for the moments when no one's watching and they're just being themselves, you see, most of the praise men receive throughout life is transactional. You did a great job. You make good money. You fix that problem. It's all about output, achievement, provision. So what happens? Realize that they start to believe that their worth is tied to what they can do, not who they are. But when a woman comes along and sees something beyond that, something deeper, he doesn't just feel appreciated, he feels chosen. Think about how rare that is. Imagine what it's like for a man to heard, I love how you think. I feel so calm when I'm around you. You're such a good man. Not because he just booked a deal, realized that or fixed something in the house or made you dinner, but just because of who he is when he's simply being. That kind of admiration lands differently, goes underneath the surface and speaks to the part of him that is usually ignored, even in relationships. And when you admire his essence, not his effort, and realize that you open a part of his heart that even he may have forgotten. And here's what's beautiful. This kind of admiration doesn't cost anything. It's in how you look at him when he shares something vulnerable. It's in how you respond when he opens up about something he's afraid of. Realize that in the warmth in your voice when he's being funny, thoughtful, or real. Most women focus on being admired, but the woman who knows how to admire a man the right way, she becomes the one he longs for, because it's not about boosting his ego. It's about recognizing the man beneath the armor. Realize that the one who wants to be more than just your provider. He wants to be your hero, yes, but not because of what he does, because of who he is to you. And that fantasy, realize that it's more powerful than you think. Because when a man feels like he doesn't earn your love every single day, when he knows he's admired even when he's quiet, tired, or imperfect, he begins to feel safe. And once he feels safe, he lets go of needing to be impressive and starts becoming available. So if you want to go deeper with a man, if you want to be the woman he fantasizes about long after the lights go out, don't just admire the man everyone else sees. Admire the man only you took the time to see. A deep, slow burn of intimacy, not just sex. Men fantasize about sex, yes, but what truly drives them wild, what stays with them long after the moment, isn't just physical release. It's the build-up, the teasing, the anticipation, the space where a simple glance across the room can feel more charged than an entire night in bed. Because here's the truth most people don't talk about it. Realize that their men want attention. They want to feel the pull. That magnetic, slow burning intimacy that says, this isn't just about taking my clothes off. This is about being pulled into a moment I never want to leave. In a world of fast swipes, quick flings, and instant gratification, they realize the woman who slows things down becomes unforgettable. She's not rushing toward the kiss. She's letting it find her. She's not tearing his clothes off. She's tracing his body with intention. She's not trying to impress him with how hot she is. She's drawing into a moment he never wants to end. That's what men fantasize about, not just being wanted, but being wood up emotionally, mentally, energetically. They want to feel you thinking about touching them, not just doing it. They want to feel your breath close to their skin, your fingertips just grazing theirs, your voice dropping to a whisper that sends shivers down their spine. This slow burn is intoxicating, because it creates space. And in that space, a man isn't just turned on, he's emotionally hooked. His senses come alive. His mind starts replaying moments over and over. They're trying to decode the softness in your touch, the way you bit your lip when you looked at him, the moment you leaned and then pulled back just enough to make him crave more. And the power of this, it's not in technique, it's in presence. The woman who is comfortable in her own sensuality, who doesn't perform but invites him into an emotional rhythm, awakens a different part of him. Not the conqueror, but the lover, the one who's hungry not just for pleasure, but for depth. You become the experience, not just the event. And when you carry this slow, their magnetic energy into your connection, you stop being just another moment in his life and start becoming the fantasy he doesn't know how to explain. Realize that they're the kind of woman he can't forget, because being with her felt like slipping into another world, a world where time slowed down, where every breath felt intentional there, and where he didn't just feel turned on, he felt understood. So if you want to tap into one of the most emotionally charged fantasies a man carries, don't rush. Don't skip the slow burn. They're tease with your presence, build with your energy, make every second feel like it's leading somewhere. But don't get there too fast. Because sometimes the deepest connection doesn't come from what you give him, but from how long you make him feel it coming. A woman who stays mysterious, even after he has her. Realize that you've heard that the phrase men love the chase. But the real fantasy, realize that the one that sticks in a man's mind for years after the relationship, or even after a single night, isn't about the chase, about the mystery that never ends. Realize that it's about the woman who, even after he's kissed her, held her, loved her, still has layers he hasn't fully touched. The woman who lets him in deeply, but never gives him everything all at once. The kind of woman who reveals herself slowly, deliberate, not out of calculation, but because her soul is too rich, they're too full to be known in a single glance. That's what men fantasize about. A woman he can't quite figure out. One moment she's teasing and playful, the next she's quiet and introspective. One day she's open and radiant, the next she's wrapped in her own thoughts, beautifully unreachable, not emotionally distant, but self-contained. They realize that she's not playing hard to get, she's just not trying to be caught. This kind of woman doesn't lose her individuality when she loves. She doesn't collapse into the relationship there. She maintains her friendships, her rituals, her dreams. She brings him into her world, but she never abandons herself for it. And that's where the magic lies. Because what men secretly crave isn't a woman they can possess. It's a woman they can explore over time, slowly, with awe, with curiosity, with desire that builds. He wants to keep discovering you. He wants to wonder what's going on in your mind when you stare out the window. He wants to learn new things about your body, your passions, your stories, even months, even years in, because every he finds something new, it reignites that spark, that pull, that fascination, and that feeling that's addictive. The woman who stays mysterious doesn't try to be elusive. She just doesn't need to be constantly understood. She's okay being a little complex, a little unpredictable, a little wild. They're not because she's playing games, but because she honors her own depth. She knows her worth doesn't come from how available she is, but from how alive she remains within herself. Lies that there. And when a man meets a woman like that, he doesn't just feel excited, he feels challenged in the best way. She awakens a part of him that wants to rise, to evolve, to keep up. Because deep down, realize that every man wants a partner who is still becoming, still blooming, still growing there. So if you want to be the woman he fantasizes about long after the lights go out and the routine sets, be the woman who reveals herself like a novel, one page at a time, never finished, never fully predictable. Because mystery isn't about what you hide, it's about how beautifully you keep becoming. And when he knows there's always more of you to uncover, he'll never stop craving you. So many women are taught to focus on looking good, saying the right things, and playing by the rules to be desirable. But the truth is, what men secretly fantasize about, what haunts them in the most beautiful way, is not the woman who tries to be perfect. It's the woman who makes him feel something real there. It's the way you look at him like he's more than just his job. It's how your touch lingers without needing to go further. It's the way you carry your mystery, your joy, your silence like it's sacred. It's your depth, your softness, your self-respect. It's the connection that doesn't need to be performed, only felt. That's what burns into his memory. Realize that's what he tells his friends about but can never quite explain. That's what he'll compare every other woman to, long after you've walked away. And here's the most powerful Parker there. You don't need to become someone else to be that woman. You already have that energy inside you. You already are her. It's just about owning it. So here's your call to action. Realize that, drop a comment below. What's one of these emotional fantasies you've experienced from a man? Or which one will you start embodying now? If this opens something inside you, give this video a like. Let's get this message to more women who are tired of surface level attraction and ready to build real, lasting intimacy. They're subscribed for more tools that go beneath the surface, because I'll never teach you how to play games. I'll teach you how to play with energy. And that's what leaves him obsessed with you. There. Remember, he may not say it out loud, but he's waiting for a woman who doesn't just touch his body. He's waiting for the one who awakens his soul. Be her, and he'll never stop fantasizing about you